Today, I'm going to be answering your most asked questions about the Chapter 6 Season 2 meta. These were covered during my weekly Tuesday thesis, so if you're not already in the Discord, the link's in the description. Let's get straight into it. So first question from Clown Pierce. He says, how do I make rotates this season because it's a no movement season? Yeah, it is a movement season. Obviously the bat is in the game. Really, it's going to be about maximize your sprint. So, you know, I'm waiting in the box here. Everyone, all right, are you guys ready? Everyone has a good sprint? Yep. Okay, cool. Ready? Going. And then you can go at your top. You can go at a wall here. You can go at your side, whatever you want to do. But maximize your sprint. And then, of course, the sprint slide tactic of just maximizing your distance covered is important as well. That, and then, of course, the bat is in the game. So, and the ice gloves, I forget what they're exactly called. It's just going to be about figuring out how to use those items. They're fairly self-explanatory if you guys have used them. There's not any like crazy tech like there's been in the past. Like I know in previous chapter there was like wings, and if you put your wings here and launched them, you would sling yourself, and then you wouldn't actually fly. It was just there's nothing really crazy with the bat and the gloves. The only thing that's worth noting is the bat is pretty simple. Obviously, if you left click, right click, you attack. Right click, you swing. And you can hit a player across the map. They take fall damage. So that's important to know that your teammates will take fall damage. It also breaks the block you're standing on. So if I do it right here, if I'm batting somebody right here and I'm charging it up and I'm going to hit somebody, boom, it's going to break. Actually, if I'm sitting here, it's going to break both of these pieces. But if you're both on it like this, it's going to break your floor. So to counter that, you just put a cone down, and then worst case scenario, just breaks your cone. Because obviously if you break your floor here, let's say you're batting somebody, you break your floor, then you're down, and then it's just a whole mess. So always make sure you're hitting bat on a cone. And then, of course, make sure it's like level ground. You're not swinging someone off of high ground. What you can do, though, with the bat, and this is based off of a combination of what you'll have, is if someone has the ice hands and you have the bat, you can swing the guy as far as you want, and the ice hands will negate fall damage. And then, yeah, going on to ice hands, they're pretty simple. I mean, it's just right-click, spamming right-click, and just sliding, right? So right-click, slide. That's hard to do because the hands are not in creative. So this is all just me learning from in-game. And then the last thing and the most important thing about the ice hands is that you don't take fall damage at all if you right click, if you dash. So you could jump off from any height right here and then dash right now, boom, right before you hit the ground at this level or at this level. You could dash 0.1 milliseconds before you hit the ground and you will not take fall. So that's a really cool item to be able to just build up or fight somebody and just hold high ground or whatever. And then as soon as you're ready to go, you just jump off, shoot them while you're falling, and then just right click before you hit the ground, and then you don't take fall damage. So that's what's the most important thing when it comes to just how do you make rotates. It's just knowing how to maximize your rotates, right? Knowing to maximize your sprint to be together. Knowing how each mobility item works, the timers of each one, like how long it lasts, right? Like simply just, if you want to calculate something, you could just mark yourself here or stand here and then mark, 35 meters out, right? And see how far can you run with the bat, or just, I guess, run, and then when you're done out of sprint, you just mark. Right, knowing that, and then you can just calculate that. Like, okay, if I'm going to white line this zone, I'm going to go straight ahead. I can run this exact distance without having to do anything else. And then, of course, you just box and stop, charge your sprint up, boom, go again. Of course, the splashes are also a form of mobility, but they only last for 20 seconds, so they're a little bit shorter. And of course, combining it with the bat is definitely the fastest way to rotate in this meta. So, yeah, but really, how do you make rotates? Just maximizing your knowledge with the mobility items. And the way you can do that is the bats are in creative, so you can play around with those. But the ice hands are not, so you got to go find those in game and mess around with them. So next question from Vamps is, should we be carrying pads or bats in trios? Definitely best possible loadout of all time in this meta for movement is going to be triple bat and 6 splashes, because you can just infinitely run super fast. Not infinite, but for a long time. And kind of cover the map super quick. So that's the best thing to run. Pads are great, though. But here's the thing with pads, right? Of course, we all know it's a hit scan meta. We have scope guns. I mean, I can shoot the guy up here pretty easily. An AUG can fry faster than this gun. So this is a quick meta to die out of the sky. So pads are really, really helpful for covering short distances. So, for example, let's just say I'm on low ground here, right? And I want to get to there. I might just put a pad here. Not like that, but like this, pad, and cover this distance right there. Boom. It's a small distance because remember, when you land off a pad, you can slide. So you land off the pad, then you slide. The momentum carries you another 10 meters or so, and you can cover a lot of space with that. But it's almost never worth the high pad. I haven't seen a scenario in any pro game I've watched to date in this season where anyone's padded successfully high padding. Another thing you can do when it comes to padding is you can like double high pad. So basically just like this, right? You put the pad on the cone and you're kind of up one more rather than all the way up. It takes you a little bit further, but it's a little bit more risky, of course. What do you think the best or good solo drop spot is? Because I don't have one yet, and also how to practice off spawn. I've got you. I made some small short form videos going over what in my opinion, since the map didn't change, I still think these are the top drop spots for solos. Number one would be this spot up here. We can turn on chest here so we can see, but it's got, what is this? 13 chests, give or take, 15 chests probably if you're getting outside stuff. It's got ammo, enough for solos. It's got a lot of floor loot, and it's got a slurp truck. So you're going to be chilling. And then, of course, it's got the geysers nearby to rotate. I think this is one of the best solo spots. I'm not saying you're going to be uncontested, but here's the point of anything in this game is you're going to be contested no matter where you land, and landing at a shambles spot constantly, like, this could be a great solo spot. I could put all you guys here, but then you're going to be landing on 3 chests. Well, now you're going to get 5 chests, okay? So you get 5 chests, maybe 6, maybe 7, and that's just not enough. And then you're not getting your mats, you're not getting anything else. So it's worth it to just learn how to contest properly, and we'll go into that in a second. The next best spot, in my opinion, is this back spot here behind Shogun Solitude. Again, you got quick chest right away. It's a 50-50 spot. You can kind of control. If you want to pad, go right side, you can, and loot all this. If you want to pad and go north, you can. If you want to pad and go into Shogun, you can as well. Let's say there's teams everywhere and you don't have anywhere to go. Well, then you can run on the coastline because nobody can see you here. So you have an easy rotate into canyon or into the zone, as well as just pads. If we put the pads on, you could just pad to this pad to this pad, go from this one to this one, this one to this one, this one to this one, this one all the way up. I mean, you can see all the edges of the maps pretty much have pads minus this area down here. So you're able to just cover a ton of space just using pads. Yeah, I would say those are my top 2 preferred spots for solos. Again, I would also recommend landing where you land in trios. Let's say you land Foxy Floodgates, land there in solos. It's going to be a great spot. There's a lot of good spots on the map, but if you're looking for a specific solo spot, I would recommend those 2. And then how to practice off spawn, right? So it's easy. Just get a custom code. If you don't have a custom code, I honestly have no answer for you. I think there's probably somebody that that has a custom code, or somebody that someone knows. I don't know. There's got to be some way, shape, or form, or you just have one yourself, apply for one yourself. It's very important to have a custom code if you can get one. And then just give the code to you and your buddy and drop it off spawn. Give him the same drop map and make sure he understands, how to play it, and just have him challenge you over and over and over again, because his decision making is going to be different than anyone you've gone against. And then the more reps you do with different players in the same type of system where you're dropping in a custom match over and over and over again, the more reps, the better. And that's how I view off spawn. And I think that's been true in my entire career, is the more work that I've put into my off spawn, the more that I win off spawn, the more consistent I am, the easier amount of kills I get to pick up. I've been landing on the mountain for this entire last season straight. Pretty much every game I play, ranked, pubs, I don't even care. What doesn't matter? I'm playing 0 builds, I'm landing here. I'm playing whatever, I don't care. I'm landing here every time, getting my reps up, increasing my experience. I fight, every player I fight there is a different player for the most part. And that's all extra experience that now that if you were trying to come to contest me, you are now starting at level 0 experience, and you're trying to figure out, what is this guy going to do in this scenario? How does he react to this scenario, when I already know those answers because I've gotten that experience. So I would say give yourself time, be patient. It definitely takes about a month to really be really good at a spot. That's at least what I've experienced for me. It takes me about a month. Not that I struggled at all last season at the spot. I think I was very successful with getting contested. But now I feel like I'm a different beast at the spot. Like I don't win, or I don't lose really at all. Like any scenario, any engagement is drawn out to be almost in my favor if I do lose it, and then my teammate comes and cleans them up. It's the percentage chance I lose is very low now. So yeah, and I'd say that took me about a month. Cams says, how do I navigate mid-game better so I don't get pushed this season? Yeah, I mean, it's very important to understand when you're playing mid-game this season, you cannot get hit on rotates. You cannot. It's more worth to just build through the game than, to get hit. Now you're popping your minis, pop your big. Okay, go again. Okay, you're running. Oh, I got hit again. Pop minis and big. All right, I'm going. And then by the time you've done rotating this entire zone, or let's say 3 zones worth of rotates, you go into the end game with 1 mini and you're 30 white HP, right? So it's definitely worth it to just burn your wood and get into zone without getting tagged as best as possible. Another thing that you can do with just rotating to the mid game, you just go to the trees. You just stop, box in the tree, farm the tree, right? And then use the extra mats, cone out, wall. Okay, now you're on another tree, farm that tree. Use other mats, right? Okay, now the tree's kind of far, but you're burning. Now you're like minus 100 mats, whatever, you're going bad. But now you're in a new batch of trees. You're like a stack of 3 trees. So you farm these, and you might be... All of this might have costed you 40 wood or 60 wood, and that is worth it. Right? That's a lot of space and a lot of territory that you moved without getting tagged. And it's just by going cover to cover, using a tree, going to a different tree, building to it, burning the mats. So you see a rock there? Okay, you're going to, use wood to get to the rock, and then use a bit of brick because you know you're going to get brick, and then... don't break the rock, obviously. So maybe you reverse there and come here, and then now you farm the rock up. Whatever the combination is, using your mats is going to help you have a better mid game. Flexi says, how can I be more confident with my decision as an IGL? Just be confident in yourself. Whatever you think is the play right there is the play. It's got to be the play, because if you hesitate on it, there's obviously that's gonna pull back for you and not be great. And then, yeah, how do you be more confident? How do you be confident in your play, even if you're just sending your first thought? Is studying the game, seeing what other players are doing, cross-comparing, very simple stuff. That's how you can be way more confident as an IGL. Would you recommend to switch drop spots to somewhere around the new area or stay at the drop you're more familiar with? I would say stay at the drop you're more familiar with. Like I'd mentioned earlier, like give your guys' self that month or 2 months or 1 to 2 seasons time just to be the best. And I'm not speaking for everybody in here, but I'll say as an example, Flexi, because I can't see your name, so I'll just say Flexi, right? Flexi is his first ever season competing. I would rather have Flexi land at the same spot this entire season and understand what it feels like to be a master of a spot, rather than have him switch from each season and never actually have the feeling and understanding of what it feels like to be a master. Just land at the same spot, become the best. If someone's beating you over and over again, learn what they're doing, put it into your own gameplay. It's not rocket science to just study what people are doing and how you're losing and just change it up. Now, the things that you can't like avoid is scroll wheel pickup, macroing when you're getting a chest. Like those are things, even if you're playing your best, you're dropping the guy and you're outbeating him and you're getting the better gun or whatever, and he gets everything out of the chest because he's macroing. It's like you can't do anything against that. And that's just the way it goes. So understanding when you lose, sometimes it's maybe not your own fault. It's just the way they're cheating or the way the game is set up. Pampeg says, about mobility items, should we key in solo cash cups? And should we carry the AUG or Holo for solos and trios? For solos, I'm going to carry the AUG for sure. Solos, I'm carrying the AUG, or I'm going to carry that collateral AR. Even though it burns a lot of ammo, I think if I take the right fight in solos, I'm not trying to fight 30 people, but if I take 5 fights, I think I have enough ammo for those 5 fights. And I think the damage and the output, the speed, the pressure that it puts down is definitely going to be worth it in those 5 fights. And then, yeah, you don't have to key. The meta is not going to be... The point system, the format didn't change much when it comes to, what it is to qual. It's not going to be that much higher. Probably going to be lower, if anything, because it's no Pearl meta. Pearl meta was just super simple, right? You just box up, think where you want to go, shoot your Pearl, teleport, you're there. Like, it was very much no-brain meta. What is the most consistent way to get Surge and one of the best places to land to have advantage points? I mean, consistent way is to be higher than the other player. And yeah, like I said earlier, Holo AR, 2 Holo ARs, 1 Mammoth, you're good. So, I mean, it could look like the hill here. It could be this hill. It could be this hill. Any elevation, even like down here in the river, right? This is a good place to go. It could be on a building. Like, this is a great spot to go elevated. I mean, even like a lower ridge here, like this is a good spot to go. There's a ton of good spots to go, but it just depends on where you're landing. It's hard to say for sure. What is the best loadout for solos? For solos, the best possible loadout is going to be Holo, AUG, Pump, Bat, Splashes, Blue Guy. That's what I think is the best possible loadout. I think that your Blue Guy can still... That's like 3 big pots, right? You can pull 3 big pots from that, and it gives you whites. The Splashes, they give you whites, and they give you shield. And again, you have the Bat, the Pump, and the Holo for rotates. Versus, if you were to play solos with the Holo, Twister, Pump, Bat, Minis, Medkits, you just wouldn't have speed like you would in the Splashes. And having only Medkits, Minis mean you would be permanent 150. But the Splashes allow you to get to, I believe it's 20 HP per, so you can cap yourself at almost any point. How can you drop high kill games, especially in low mobility meta? Yeah, using map mobility pads, using things like that. That'll help you a ton to be able to find people. And then just Bat. The Bat is not really low mobility. You're able to run across the map very fast, very, very fast. It's probably, if you're thinking about, well, Pearl is instant, but like you can cover a ton of space with the bat. As a fragger, is it worth still making a surge route and showing the IGL? Should I tell them and we do it tell them to, or should we do it together? You should do it together. Anytime I've auto-view with my team, anytime I'm making a game plan, especially for grand finals or something that's big and it's important, I'm going to have them in the call with me. Because again, just like I talked about with mobility, I want to have them all on the same page. I want to have them making sure that they know what I want to do. So if I'm fried, if I get knocked, if I get rebooted, if I'm down, if I can't see something, if I'm refarming, I can just have them be like, okay, what do you see in front of you? How do you want? And then they know how to respond. They know what to look for. They know where to go. And that's that. So always having them with you when you're planning things is important. You should always want to plan like the baseline of it though. Like you shouldn't just be like, new trio. All right, guys, let's do surge. It's like, no, you need experience. You need to like think of it yourself. Have an option built out, but it's a rough option, right? It's like, all right, I'm landing Demon Dojo. I'm probably going to think, okay, surge, we're probably going to run this way and get on these hills. Okay. That's my baseline. We play it, let's see how it goes. Oh, it goes great. Okay, let's tweak it a bit. So now we go this way, have one person set up here, and then have, one person here, one person here. And that's your tweak, but everyone knows where they're going. They know how to refarm. Okay, if this is X position is taken, if this is taken, then we'll go around and you won't get your mats there and blah, 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 right? Having that together as a team is going to be important. Are splits worth it this season in trios, or should I just drop a POI? Yeah, both POIs and splits are good. I would just, if you're looking for your spot, I would just go to like KXR on Twitter and just look at these guys. Like, what is this? What are all these guys taking? I think he's made like an overall like map spot. There you go. What spot do you want? Like, look at where you think, look at where you know. If I was to pick a different spot other than what I'm at right now, I would say I would pick like something around my spot. So I'm in 21 right now. So I would say I'd pick 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 19. I'd pick something down here. Rather than just being like, well, I don't like my spot anymore. I want to go 7, 8, 6. Like, no, that's just, I'm learning that means I'm learning everything differently. Like everything's new. The rotates, the hills, where people go, how things work, the refarm. I know that spot up there, right? I know pumped power. I know there's a hill to the right of it. I can see it here, obviously, but I know the terrain, and we all should, right? It's been a month of this new chapter. We should know majority of these things, but you want to keep yourself as normal as possible. Like, your brain, you don't need to learn too much. You want to focus on what is actually important. Do you think it's important to land near a black market this season? I don't think so. I think you can rotate into them a ton. And there's also a lot of, if they're in the game, we're assuming that they're going to be in competitive permanently, but the scanners, you could just bring a scanner, like go into a POI. For example, a lot of these black markets too are right next to POIs, major POIs. And if you just take a second to dig through them. So there's one here. This is a horrible map. There's one here, bang, and there's one here. So, if you look, Crime City, huge POI, ton of loot. Foxy, huge POI, ton of loot. Mass Meadows, ton of loot. Hopeful Heights, ton of loot. Go there and grab a scanner and then go into it and get looted. Just stack loot. But obviously, it's not worth the fight for it, so I wouldn't recommend that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget, I host a Tuesday Thesis every single Tuesday at 2 p.m. CST. So get your gameplay watched, get your questions answered, and I'll see you there.